Hey there, what's going on? My name is Rosalia. Welcome to Psychic Therapy of the Soul. And I am doing a Virgo New Year Tarot reading. I will be referencing the Tarot Tracker, in which has 9 questions that we will take a look at for your new year. All right, Virgo, you are the last of the series. I actually felt really nervous doing this reading for you, so I'm pretty excited. Let's get started. So I actually did 5 signs yesterday, and you are my last sign that I'm doing in a new day today. And all I can think about was I need to get organized first, and then I can do the Virgo reading. And I know that Virgos, you guys love getting organized and being organized, so it's definitely fitting for me. I also have Jupiter and Venus in Virgo in my 6th house. So I definitely relate very deeply with them Virgos. All right, cool. All right. So let's take a look at Virgo. How is Virgo entering the new year? How is Virgo entering the new year? The Knight of Cups and the Death card. Wow. I knew I love this deck for a reason. So, for those of you who don't know, next year is the year of horse in Chinese astrology, which starts mid-February. And the horse is all about starting from a sprint and sprinting as fast as possible. From February 2026 until February 2027, we are in a race. And from what I can see here, this death card kind of references that. You can see here how these horses are basically running around in circles like frantic. They're like ready to go. They're waiting on this guy here to complete his magical transformation, in which is coming from this cosmic whirlpool up in the sky, completely changing and transforming and shedding all of his, unwelcomed, unnecessary attachments from the previous year, and is actually sending him all of this renewal to purify him. He's wearing white. And, the horses are running around him and in momentum until he's ready to go, and he's gonna sprint to the finish line of year 2026 to get to his goal. So you're entering the year this way with this kind of transformative momentum. The momentum is building, and you're not rushing it, Knight of Cups. You're really being patient with your move here. You're playing chess. You want to win against your opponent, whether this opponent is your inner self or the year ahead or the obstacles and challenges that might come your way. You're really being strategic about it. And the Knight of Cups is a visionary, is a romantic, and he really wants to create the most romantic, most obsolete, beautiful, emotional vision, fantasy, imaginary experience for his life or for his partner or for whatever situation that he's facing. The Knight of Cups is all about the potential. It's all about imagining the potential. So you are entering this year basically winding the gears and transforming yourself and entering with this kind of obsolete potential to bring whatever these two pentacles that you've been working on into reality. Wow. It's pretty awesome, Virgo. All right, next question. What does this year expect from you, Virgo? What does this year expect from you? What does this year expect from you, Virgo? Almost came out. What does this year expect from you? The King of Swords. I love this card. And the Three of Cups. So being very clear about the friendships that you have in your life, the connections you have in your life. But the year expects you to be very honest with yourself. Be very clear about your intentions and about what you want and what you bring out to the table. Observe and listen, so you have this opportunity, this advantage. You're on top of the mountain and you're looking above, all of which is kind of like moving. So you have the upper hand, you see above, you see everything. And you know, as a result, you are capable of making your own decision and be very clear about what you want and what you see. You also have the opportunity here to know when to speak up and when to communicate and when not to. I feel like in this case, you're kind of creating your vision without detachment. So even though you have this beautiful romantic vision in which you're entering into the new year, you are still keeping a very objective frame of mind. At least this is what the year expects you to do, so you don't get lost in it. To be very clear about who you connect with, the people that you connect with, the friendships that you keep, the social aspect that you keep, and being very honest in that. It feels too like also being honest with your friends, like you're attracting more people that are in alignment with you as you become more clear about what you want and what you're trying to target. It's kind of like when you become clear about who you are, and your confidence like exudes itself. Your friends see that, especially those that are supportive of you, and they as a result are capable of bringing you those things in which you're after, if that makes sense. So it's really important to be very clear about what you want, but also clear about the people that you keep in your life, because then they'll be clear about you. So this is what this year expects from you. So what does Aquarius expect from this year? What does Aquarius expect from this year? Temperance in reverse. So, such an interesting energy. I'm just going to pull a clarify for it. Temperance in reverse. Can you clarify what Virgo expects from the year? So weird. Okay, so you will experience two expectations, the negative and the positive, the impatient and the patient. Because it shows me here that what you expect is temperance in reverse. You expect at times to feel impatient and impulsive, and for things to happen too quickly or not to go your way. For you not to be calm. Perhaps you are someone that knows, because then I clarified with Temperance upwards, which I find so weird because it fell very reversed. And so it's like I had this feeling at my computer earlier. I was working on the YouTube videos. You understand that you need to play chess. Like, you understand that you need to pay attention to the detail of what you're working on. You need to take your time. You need to be patient. You don't want to rush because you don't want to publish something or provide something or finish something that is lacking details, or it's missing some pieces, or it's not fully complete. So you understand that you need to be patient and practice moderation in what you're doing. However, you're so impatient at times that you feel yourself at times asking yourself, am I going to be capable of being patient? And then as a result, there's this kind of indecision about, do I speed things up? Do I have enough time? Or do I keep my fire energy down and take my time? I do feel like the year of the horse is going to be a challenge as a result, because it's the year of fire. It's the fire energy, and fire is really hard to temper. Sagittarius has mastered that. Sagittarius has mastered tempering. But if you are still kind of struggling with that, and there's this kind of impulsive desire to go, go, go as fast as possible, you're more likely to make impulsive decisions that can lead towards mistakes. So there could be this kind of paralysis of whether should I or should I not. But I feel like you should focus on trying to be as patient as possible, even when everything inside you is like trying to get you to go. So that's going to be the challenge this year. To follow the momentum. So should I follow the momentum of the horse, or should I take my time and play chess? So there's this kind of needing to balance and choose what's right for you in the moment. Okay, interesting. And then you're already expecting that, so well, really interesting. Okay. How does Virgo need to change to meet these expectations? How does Virgo need to change in order to meet these expectations? How does Virgo need to change in order to meet these expectations? Seven of Wands in reverse, and the Three of Cups, and the Moon at the bottom. So the Moon is about traversing an unknown path with absolute faith. And it's not like the Star card where you're doing that with absolute faith and you feel safe and protected in the limelight of the moon and the stars. The Moon is different. The Moon illuminates all of your fears. It illuminates all of the demons in which you're afraid to face in the dark. And you're walking this traverse path in the dark, unable to see towards the other side. But you're listening to your intuition. You're trying to listen to your intuition, but also to decipher between what is illusion and what was intuition. What is a fear and what is intuition? I actually wrote an article on this, so I will post it in the description so you guys can know the way that my mind works in this. But basically, she, in the Moon here, she's traversing this unknown path. She's uncertain of how she's going to get to the other side. And she's facing all of her fears through the darkness, listening to her intuition and moving towards her destination anyways. Walking with the streamline here of water, or I was gonna say with the stream of consciousness, like following the stream of consciousness that is leading her home. So this is how you need to change, which is interesting. You need to release this need to bridge the gap between two destinations and become very clear about what you want in the present moment. It feels more like you need to let go of the fight, like you no longer have to fight your way to the other side. It's like you have everything that you need right here. Three of Cups. Your friends are your family. They're right here to help you. So it feels like you need to change how you see your friendships and move towards the unknown as a result. I feel like what you need to change is being afraid of the unknown path and where it takes you. Like not being afraid to traverse that path. Changing your expectations on how you get there. So that you can maintain clarity about what you want and where you're headed. It's like I don't need to make this bridge into another land. Like I don't need to make this bridge into another land. Like I have everything that I need right here to make this work. So this is how you need to change to meet these expectations. Another thing too that comes up, because the Seven of Wands here in reverse, like upwards, you can see her, she's taking action and going from one destination to another to connect with new individuals. But it's in reverse. And you got the Three of Cups here that kind of landed on the King of Swords. The King of Swords is all about technology. You know what I mean? We no longer have to travel far distances in order to communicate with other people. All you got to do is send a text message or call someone up on video or call them on the phone and you will be connected to them. So it's like there are many ways to connect with people from other walks of life. You can do that through your technology, King of Swords. So basically changing your perspective in how you see your friendships and how you communicate with them. Because Virgo is ruled by Mercury and it is about communication. Virgo can be very stuck in their ways, but they are more open to changing their daily routine. They're a lot more fluid than like a Taurus, for example, who is very, very fixed and very stuck. So Virgos are more open to communicating new ways, changing their routine in different ways, organizing their life in a different way in order to suit them. So how will the universe help you make this change? How will the universe help Virgo make this change? The Six of Wands. The universe will help you receive the recognition in which you deserve. It will bring the people to you. Those, what are these deers? And you're on the white horse. Very nice. This horse of purity, people will recognize this purity that you have accomplished and succeeded against your own battle in life, your own competition in life. And they will recognize you. And the universe will bring you that recognition from what I can see here. Maybe you'll go viral on social media. That is my goal, my friends. Share, like, and subscribe. So definitely I will bring you that success and accomplishment that you desire. And as a result, you will have rest. Because it feels like, Virgo, you just need to take a chill pill and you need to take a break, Four of Swords, and just kind of relax and go on your canoe and just kind of cruise. So I feel like this accomplishment and recognition, the universe will help you see what is not harmonious in your life when it comes to your friendships, especially if you need to change your friend group. Because the previous question too was, how do you need to change to meet these expectations? Be very clear about the friends you keep, right? And if you need to change your friendships or change how your social community and really take a look at what is not harmonious, it will be very easy. The universe will help you do that and will help you bring the recognition that you deserve. What aspects of yourself do you need to keep, Virgo? This is a very practical reading. What aspects of myself, what aspects of yourself do you keep, Virgo? Two of Swords. This aspect of yourself that is takes their time before they communicate or say something or shoot that shot, shoot that arrow. Before you take action on an idea that you may have, before you say something that you might regret, before you know the truth about something, before you become clear about something, you really take your time. You don't want to shoot blindly. It feels like the aspect of yourself that is the most powerful is your intuition. Becoming very intuitively clear about what you're dealing with before you can make a decision. The Seven of Pentacles here at the bottom shows that it's some kind of foundation that you have created. It could be your stability, your wealth, your material wealth, your belief system, or whatever soil in which you have created that you stand on that welcomes abundance into your life, wealth into your life, and keeps everything going. You're going to become very clear about whether you need to change it. Is this in alignment with who I am? You know, is this in alignment with who I am? Do I need to change where I live? Do I need to, or is it something that do I just need to change the people that are in it? Or do I need to change how I communicate? You will know for sure with your intuition. So you will listen to your intuition. So that's the aspect of yourself here that you keep, this kind of undecided self, which as a result keeps you nice and patient and keeps you from making impulsive decisions that are distracting or not benefiting to your transformation. What aspects of yourself do you release? What aspects of yourself do you release, Virgo? Four of Cups. There might be a part of you in your routine, because Virgo is all about daily routine, to keep things pretty consistent. There's an aspect of yourself here that is quite discontent. You might be quite lazy in some point in your day. So maybe like you do everything really good during the day, but once you get to the nighttime, you spend a few hours just kind of like chilling on your couch and watching movies. You know what I mean? And there's an aspect of yourself that I guess a little bit discontent and bored and just unfulfilled. And this ritual in which you have on a daily routine is something that you need to release. You need to release this aspect of yourself. Maybe you need to fill that time with something more productive. Maybe you need to read. But because it's the year of the horse and the year of the fire, it might need to be something more active. So perhaps you need to get more creative with your work. Maybe you need to do more writing, or you need to do more videos, or maybe you need to go outside, or maybe you need to go to the gym. But something that is very active and it gets things done. It's not like a waste of time. So you don't get depressed. Obviously rest is important, but once it leads to this kind of discontentment and like boredom and depression, you know you've gone too far. Okay. What gifts from the universe will you discover, Virgo? What gifts from the universe will you discover? Nice. The Two of Wands, someone else had this as a gift. I don't remember who it was. It landed on the Two of Swords here, this indecision. Usually indecision and this long-term planning, the two, is not always the greatest energy to be in. But I feel like because you expect this year to practice moderation versus, impulsive and impatience, you're learning to try to temper that fire in which wants you to go as fast as possible. Makes sense. Virgos are practical and they're not trying to make impulsive decisions, in which leads them to an unstable place. So the gift from the universe that you will discover is the Two of Wands. So when you are in this kind of Two of Swords energy, which is an aspect of yourself that you are encouraged to keep, this kind of a patient person that takes their time before making a decision. When the universe finds you in that energy, they're going to give you the Two of Swords, in which will allow you to plan your next move. Remember, we're playing chess here as you're entering the year. You're trying to create this kind of vision in your life. So we'll give you the opportunity to still use that fire energy in the year 2026. but you're going to use it with patience. You're going to take some time to plan, be very clear about what you want before you take action. Especially if you're like thinking, oh, maybe I need to change locations, or I need to change my friendships, or I need to change how I communicate with others, or where I communicate with others, or who I communicate with, and how I do things. This is an opportunity for you to sit down, ask yourself what you need to close out, and what my next plan or my next move is. Didn't know if I was gonna get that out. All right, number 9. Who may I become as a result of this journey? So who will you become, Virgo, as a result of this journey? Who will Virgo become as a result of this journey? Who will Virgo become as a result of this journey? The 6 of Pentacles. Wow. And the Tower. I'm just going to pull a clarifying on this. Who will Virgo become as a result of this year's journey? Clarify the 6 of Pentacles. It's too many cards. Who will Virgo become as a result of this year's journey? Wow. So it does show that you will become a very generous individual. 6 of Pentacles. You will bring this beautiful bouquet of flowers because of your strategies and your capabilities of being patient and practicing balance between patience, patient fire, and impatient fire, because you'll utilize both. You'll know when. You will accumulate lots of abundance and ability to share. Not only this, but you'll also be very open to receiving, because this is a person that is capable of giving and receiving. I clarified this. Where you find conflict and no peace in your friendships, because it landed in this kind of these connections, and sometimes 3 of Cups is like reuniting with people from the past that lack harmony, that's not in alignment with your path, that you find conflict in and you have trouble moving on from. This year, you will have no problem doing that. 8 of Wands. The tornado will come and whoosh you away, taking you away from those connections in which keep you stuck, keep you bored, keep you discontent, make you feel kind of impatient, like you can't temper that fire energy, and it will whoosh you away so that you can be more connected to relationships in which are very receptive to giving and receiving. There's a fair exchange and it doesn't feel forced. The Tower at the bottom there will destroy any kind of rigid foundation or routine system that you have. It will destroy it in order to welcome this kind of energy in. All right, that's it, Virgo. Thank you.